Hey guys, how's it going? I am so excited because I'm going to teach you how to do one of my passions. One of the things that I just love as a hobby that I do for just my own therapy, that I do just to come down, and that is making jewelry. I want to teach you how to make different types of necklaces, earrings, and just anything else that I can think of that I've been doing over the years. And so today I want to teach you how to make a simple necklace. We're going to start with the basics, and over the next couple weeks, 9 weeks, that's not a couple, that's a lot, over the next 9 weeks, I'm going to teach you different techniques, different types of necklaces that you can make at home. And I am so excited. You know, I made jewelry for 7 years. I loved it. I was self-taught, and I just read as much as possible about it, and I just learned so much that I was even able to teach a class. So let's go and make that simple necklace. Just one strand with a clasp. It's just gonna be really simple to start off with, and then we'll progress harder and harder from there. All right, let's get started. Okay, so this is what you're gonna need to make a simple necklace. You're gonna need your tools. These are your best friend. So if you don't have tools, you can go to Michael's, you can go to Walmart, and you can get a set of 3, you can get a set of, you can just get 1, you can get 5, but these are gonna be your best friends. Now what I found with the cutter ones is that they get dull really fast. My husband was so sweet and got me these amazing electrical cutters for cutting electrical wire, and they have been amazing. They have not dulled on me. I've had them for years, and they're my best friends. So I just tend to get rid of those. So my cutter, my needle nose, which we will not be needing needle nose today, but this is what I usually use in other necklaces. And then you have your regular pliers. So these tools are going to be needing to be an extension of your hand, because these are going to be your best friend, especially when it comes to small things or crimping beads. But get a good set of tools and you'll thank me, I promise. You're going to need 2 crimping beads. Crimping beads, just make sure that the wire is locked, so you need crimping beads. They're different than spacer beads, so make sure that you read the label on the packaging for spacer beads, for crimping beads. Spacer beads are completely different. They kind of look the same because they're the same size about, but crimping beads are a little bit smaller, or can be a little bit smaller, but you need crimping beads. And then of course your clasp, and then of course your beads, and I have some spacer beads over here. So these are a nice little brown. It's a soft bead. I like soft beads. I like texture. So what I did beforehand was I already set up what I wanted. And sometimes I'm not very good at knowing how many beads or whatever, or, you know, and so I usually have a little extra on the side, or if it's too long, I take off. And so I usually guesstimate how much I need. Like if you like choker necklaces, then you're gonna want less beads. If you want a little longer, then of course you're gonna need more beads. So just according to what you like. I'm not gonna tell you how many beads you need. Just feel it out, and once you do it, you'll get the hang of it. And oh, and then of course we got our wire. This is a 0.46 millimeter, and I usually use wire for everything. I am a wire girl to the max. Now, when we string our bead, people like to cut the wire. I do not recommend this because what if you use too much or too little or whatever? So unstring it, right? So I unstrung it to about how much I wanted, right? And then so it doesn't keep unraveling, I just put that plastic case back on it. And so I'm going to just wait to cut my wire until I know I like the length. So let's get started. You're just going to start stringing your beads. It's that simple. Okay, now that we're done stringing your necklace, I need you to pick it up, but hold on really tightly so you don't drop it. Undo the whole string, because that would be horrible. I've done that many times. And try it around your neck. If it's too short, you need to add more, and make sure you add more on both sides. If it's perfect, let's get to the next step. So if you need to pause the video and add a little bit more, do so. But I'm gonna go to the next step, and I'm gonna add some clasps. Okay, now it's time for me to cut. But do you see all this wire I have? I have about that much wire. So what we're gonna do, be very careful. We're going to take this off, right? Take that off. And we're going to kind of pull it so we're not wasting wire, we're not cutting too much. Now for beginners, cut yourself a lot because it's hard to get a loop and a clasp. So, you know, it's okay to have that much, like it's about that much. But just make sure you give yourself enough room. And this is just a technique to not waste wire. I just don't like wasting wire. I like saving as much money as possible so I can buy more beads, haha, and that's just me. So, we've brought it down. What we're gonna do before we cut is we're going to do our clasp. I have a lobster claw and I like to make sure that my spring works on it, because if I put it on and I find out my spring doesn't work, I have to cut it, and that's a pain in the rear. So just make sure that your lobster claw is functional. Any clasp you use is functional. So I need to put, I don't want to just put it on the wire. I actually want to put a ring on my claw. So that is what I'm going to do. So actually we do need both of these, ha ha ha. You're going to find where it's cut and you're going to open it up. Do you see that? You're going to open it up and we're going to put the lobster clasp on it, and then we're going to use these tools and close it back up. Now make sure it's closed back up because it's such a pain when these fall off your necklace. What you're going to do is you're going to take your crimping bead and you're going to put it on, take your lobster clasp, and then you're going to loop it around and put it through the crimping bead. Now can I tell you, put as much as possible wire on the other side, because if you have a very small wire here, if you cut it like right here, then it's easier for the wire to slip out of the crimping bead. So make sure you have a good amount of wire on the other side. And what you're going to do, you take your pliers, crimp the crimping bead. I crimped it. Now I'm going to put my wire through, because wire that's not through is very prickly and it hurts people. And I like to use my pliers to put it through the beads. So make sure there's no wire sticking out. See that? I have no wire sticking out. And make sure there's no gaps. Now you can cut your wire now. Boom. Okay, see what I got? So now, with the other loop, make sure this loop that we're gonna put, so the lobster claw is going to hook onto that loop. Make sure there's no gap again, because it'll come out of the wire. Okay, so my loop is ready. So again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take my crimping bead, put it on, take that loop, put it on, loop it over the loop through the crimping bead. So now we got the crimping bead, right? We got the crimping bead, and you need to use gravity, because see the gap? See that gap? You don't want a gap. You want to use gravity, so make sure you kind of lift your necklace off the table, and you're holding on to the end of the wire with your pliers, and I'm holding the little loop and I'm pulling down, so I take away, look at the gap's gone because I pulled, right? And I'm using gravity. That's what you want. So now I'm going to squish it, my crimping bead. Look at it's squished. I got a squish crimping bead, and that's what you want. Make sure it's super squish, because if it's not, then it will fall off, and that's the pain. Here's the hardest part, especially when you're first learning, is that, see the wire? You need to put the wire through your bead. If you have any wire sticking out, little, small, even on the other end of the bead, once you get it through, it will hurt the person wearing it, and they won't want to wear it. It will bug them all day. It's like a needle poking in your neck, and it's a pain in the butt. But here's the thing, okay. Here's the thing. The hardest thing is getting this wire through your bead, and it takes a long time, so just be patient. One time it took me like 15 minutes, but the more you do it, the quicker you'll get and the easier it gets. So now we gotta put this wire through the bead, and you're gonna bend it. You're gonna take it at the tip, well, close to the tip. You're gonna have some of the tip pointing out, and you're gonna push it through the bead. See, and you're gonna have a little loop at the top, just push that loop in and keep pushing it in. Okay, so just get through. You got to get through. Now, if you see a little poking at the bottom of your bead, if you see poking, grab it. Grab it with your pliers. Your pliers are your best friend. Your hands, if you try to do it with your hands just get in the way. Use your pliers. These are your best friends. These are an extension of your hand. And if you have too much, you can always cut, but make sure you cut so there's not poking. Or I like to put through as many beads as possible. I'm gonna cut it. These come in handy because they can get closer than these can. So don't throw these away. Just use it for situations like this. And there you go. Look at that, look at that. That's how you make a necklace, a simple necklace. Isn't it great? So, pretty simple, huh? Didn't think it was gonna be that, you thought it was gonna be harder than that, didn't ya? But it's not. Your first necklace. I'm so proud of you. You did such a great job. So here's the deal. I do videos twice a week. On Tuesday, I do teaching videos about God and my experience as a missionary and what the Lord's teaching me. On Thursday, I do how-to videos. So for the next 8 or more weeks, I'm gonna be doing how to make jewelry. Next week, we'll be doing a type of earring. Now, by learning this technique for the earring, you'll be able to make other necklaces. It's pretty cool. The different techniques grow and expand you to learn for you to be able to do other types of necklaces. So yeah, I'm gonna be teaching necklaces for a long time. I love teaching necklaces. I am not an artsy fartsy person. I'm impatient, I can't knit, I don't decorate, blah, blah, blah. I don't paint, I don't draw, but I can put some beads together and make a necklace. And so I wanna help you do that as well. So if you want, you can subscribe to my channel, click right here, boom. And you'll be able to get updates about when my new videos come out, but that's about it. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. I'll talk to you later. Bye.